Now, it is estimated by the World Health Organization that more than 40 million girls and women in Nigeria alone have undergone female genital mutilation, while more than 140 million girls and women worldwide are living with the consequences of female genital mutilation. This is a scary reality for a country like Nigeria that has laws banning the practice. In some countries, FGM is a rite of passage, marking a girl's transition to womanhood and a way to prepare her for adulthood in marriage. Some women who have undergone the procedure share their experience. Executive Director of ACTS Generation, an NGO that guards against domestic violence, Lila St. Matthew Daniels, joins us now from Abuja to talk more about this. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right. All right, I beg your pardon. Let me correct that. I said Abuja, but you're in Lagos here. It's been estimated that about 200 million girls and women globally have undergone this process, while millions of others still live with the consequences of FGM. Why do you think that people still engage in this life-threatening practice, even in the 21st century?
It's basically a cultural situation and religious situation where people believe that if a woman does not go through that process, she's not ready to be a woman. She's less prone to be promiscuous. This is all based on ignorance. Ignorance from times back, which is now still going on, even in the foreign countries. When even they go, they've migrated over, you find them hiding and having this still going on. It's ignorance, and ignorance of what the culture is, the religion is, and what they perceive to be helping their children, their girl child, to live better lives.
All right, so what are organizations like yours doing to ensure that people get to understand that this practice is not good enough? This practice endangers people's lives, so that this practice is put to an end?
Well, it's as I said, ignorance. That is the basis of a lot of things that happen to women and to people. It's what we are doing, and people who are focused on it is to go into the communities, because that's where it's really happening. Because when people become knowledgeable, when people are educated on the ills of having this mutilative practices, they find that it is better to hold back. So it's to go into the communities and tell them the pros and cons and educate them that this practice has nothing to do with sexual promiscuity, and tell them how it actually affects the women adversely. It affects them, their urinary tract, it affects them when they're having children, it affects their traumatic, their state of emotion. Some children who grow up into adults never forget the shock, the trauma of the physical restrainment that they feel, that, you know, they hold them like 5 or 6 people, hold them down to the ground. And then the shock of the pain of this, razor, which is not sterile, and this could lead to all kinds of infections for that poor child. And then she grows up, if she manages not to have problems, she grows up, has, restrictive labor, they have behavioral disturbances, psychological stress. These are all the things that one keeps telling parents, because it's the parents in the communities that what not to do and what to do. And when you explain properly to them, they actually understand. But some do not go forth and stop it, because what happens, especially in the South, when South, when they came down hard on them, and even the government was very, very interested, they went underground and they started surreptitiously performing this act, because it's a job for some people actually.
All right, Mrs. Daniel. Well, you and I know that the campaign to end FGM has been on, for a long period of time. Does it seem to you like the story is changing at all?
It is changing gradually, a step at a time. It's like domestic violence as well. The campaign has been on all over the place, but we still hear of this act being committed daily in defiance of the law. But you see, one still keeps on trying to let people know that this is wrong, and bringing forward, charging them, making them know it's a criminal offense too as well, because this is something that has to do with cutting up a person. So one never gives up, a step at a time, because it's ingrained in a part of our culture in certain parts of this country, and it takes time to debrief the mindset that has been there for a long time.
All right. Now, the Sustainable Development Goals 2015 called for an end to FGM by the year 2030. Do you think that it is realistic that by 2030 it will end?
It won't end completely, but at least there will be a notable progression, because there has been, from when focus was brought to genital mutilation some years back, there has been, a gradual process. So by 2030, it will not be eradicated completely, but a good percentage would have been done. Yes.
All right. St. Lila St. Matthew Daniels, thank you very much indeed for talking to us this hour.
Thank you very much.